Hi, this video is on the topic of Discord. Discord is a resource that we will be using in this course for synchronous discussion. Synchronous discussion means conversation that you can have with the professor or other students in real time. Discord is a web application. You can use it on your computer, your iPad, your phone, or any internet-friendly device. So Discord provides voice, video, and text synchronous communication. Most conversation on Discord will take place in text, but you have the option to switch to voice chat or to do screen share and do video chat. Again, most conversation, as you will see, ends up being in text. Now, the purpose of Discord is not only to communicate with the professor, but also to create a class community where students can communicate with each other and help each other out. As such, we will have a Discord server for the class, which is available 24/7. So at any time of the day, any day of the week, you can reach out, ask a question. Chances are somebody will be around and may communicate with you. But even if they don't communicate with you right there and then, your question will remain visible inside the Discord channel for your class, and somebody at some point, whether it's me or another student, will probably answer your question within a reasonable amount of time, typically within the next day. Now, I'm not going to be available 24/7, but I will check Discord on most days of the week, and you will find that I'm pretty responsive. That said, on a weekend or here and there, I might not be on Discord for a day or two. I have a life, just like you do. But generally speaking, you will find that this is the best way to communicate with me. Now, similar to Piazza, you will receive extra credit for being regularly interactive on Discord. And by this, I mean by regularly posting questions, regularly helping others with their questions, regularly working together to understand things. I can see everything that goes on Discord. So I'm going to be watching to see what you do, and that will factor into your extra credit just as much as what you do on Piazza. So Piazza, there's a separate video for that. I explain extra credit on Piazza. For Discord, I just explained what you can do now. But combined, those two resources are required for this course for you to earn extra credit to make up for any deficiencies in your quiz grades. Now, how do we access Discord? So in your class Blackboard site, you go to Start Here, and you're going to see that there's a Discord server link, and you're going to click on it. And the first time, you're going to have to accept an invite, create an account, and verify your account with an email. I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. Once you've verified your account, at that point, you will be able to just log into Discord from any device with that account and access the programming server, which will have both ET575 classes and ET580 classes on it. One of the advantages of this, by the way, is if you're an ET575 student, you'll be able to talk to ET580 students and vice versa. And if you guys help each other out, I will include that as extra credit regardless of which class you're in, as long as I see you guys interacting in a way that everybody's sort of benefiting. That's the whole purpose of this. So let's go through the process of joining the Discord server, creating your account, and then some basics on how to use it. When you click on Discord, it's going to show that you were invited to join my office hours server. You have the option to set up a username now, or you can use an existing account, which a number of you probably already have. Either way, you should think very carefully about what name you use on my server. You want to use a name that identifies who you are. Why? Because if you're going to get extra credit bonus, I need to know who you are. So if you commonly come onto the server with some nickname that does not clearly identify you, don't expect me to remember who you are. I have 80 to 100 students that will be engaging with this resource. There's no way I'm going to keep track of your nicknames. Don't expect me to. So if you want to make sure you get the credit, make sure you have a nickname that clearly states who you are. Now, how do we do that? I suggest a name as follows. First, put the course that you're in. So now I know you're in 580 or 575. Then maybe put your first name, last initial. So from this, I can figure out who you are. And so whenever I see somebody on Discord posting this, and I'll see a history on Discord. I can see what you did a week ago or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I see that you're regularly active. This is going to help you to earn those extra credit points. So whether you already have an account, either change your nickname, I'll show you how to do that, or when you're creating a username, do something like this so it's very obvious to me who you are. Okay, so we continue from here, and this will bring us to the server. Now here it's going to ask you for information about stuff like this. So I'm just going to put something, whatever for now. This way it knows I'm old enough to be using this, essentially. That's the idea. So put that whatever you feel is comfortable. Just put something that says you're at least 20. Now, if this is the first time using Discord, you need to claim your account. It means you have to put in a valid email and a password. And you need to do that to be able to post information in Discord, to ask questions and so forth. So that's really important that you do that. If you already have an account, you don't have to worry about that. But either way, you have to establish that account. And so that's how you do it. Okay. So once you've taken care of that, let's now take a look at how Discord is going to look. So now I'm as my professor self, so to speak. So in Discord, you have two types of channels. You have text channels, which have a hashtag, and you have voice channels, which have an audio symbol or a speaker. So in a text channel, I can join different channels, and notice that my display here changes based upon what I click in, and it tells me what channel I'm in. And so what I can do is I can post a message like, how is everyone today? Spelled it wrong, doesn't matter. I can edit my message, by the way, which is actually useful. Good way to clarify something so you don't have to keep posting. But either way, this is how text chat works. I will post messages, and whoever else is in the general channel can post messages as well. Additionally, whatever is posted here stays here, right? So there's a history of the conversation, and that can be very useful because you can look back to see how other people resolve something that way. Now you have a few main text channels. The general channel is what people just come into by default. But if you're in 580, what you should do is when you first come into the server, go to the 580 channel, because this is where the 580 conversation will take place. If you're in 575, go to the 575 channel, because this is where 575 channel conversation will take place. Additionally, I provided some extra channels in 575. Notice this is the 575 category, and also in the 580 category. And the idea here is that if you and a couple of students want to have a closed conversation, not necessarily private, because it's not going to be private, but basically where you can communicate without having other people interrupting. You can jump into this to focus on something specific. So I created these extra channels specifically for that reason. Also, if you're here for office hours, I may to work with you, I may move into a channel and just you and I might work here while everybody else sits in 575 or 580. So that's text. What about voice? All the channels here with speakers are voice channels. So let's say I click on 580. I've now been added to the channel and will ask, do you want to enable the microphone to work? So I say yes, and now my microphone works. And you'll notice now that every time I speak, this green indicator here indicates that it's hearing me speak. Looks like there's a delay, but anyway. So in this sort of situation, anybody who jumps into this channel can communicate with me via voice, just like being on the telephone, except that you can have a bunch of people here. I guess you can do the same thing with the phone too, group call or whatever, but it's very simple in this sort of context. Now, what if you want to mute yourself for a moment for privacy reasons? You can click on it down here and notice that mutes me. I can also right click here and mute. I can also deafen myself where I won't hear any sound on that channel as well. And I can do that by right clicking on my name and doing that as well. Okay. While we're on the subject, notice I can also change my nickname. This is what I was referring to earlier. If you have an account and you want to change it so that you can change it to something else, and now you can have a nickname that's people know who you are, essentially. It's more importantly, I know who you are. That's what really matters. Okay. Last thing about the voice and so forth is if you're going to use voice or video, you're going to want to configure your settings. So if you click down here on the gear icon where it says user settings, and then you go to voice and video. And so here you can select which microphone you want to use. Here you can select your output device, speakers or headphones. I generally recommend headphones. Here you have input volume, output volume. You can decide whether the server triggers from people talking or whether it triggers from push to talk, like I have to push a button. You could set the input sensitivity of your microphone. You can also play with your video settings. All of that is here. And this is basically how you're going to configure your ability to communicate over voice or screen or video. It's all there. Now, what if I want to share my screen? I want to do a screencast. Well, down here, I click screen. Again, I have to allow it. And what's going to happen now is it's now showing my screen. And what people can do is they can right click on here and they can click on to, a little hard to see now, but they can click here to basically see in full screen or like in a large window view what's going on. So this is just like watching a YouTube stream of somebody else's screen or like a Zoom conference or WebEx conference or Blackboard Collaborate conference, the same concept. And what's nice is I can go into different channels. Like I can go here and I can stream to here. And so whoever wants to see my screen here, a couple of my buddies can go in here and we can work together that way. And that way we can have a collaborative session using screen capture. And when you're done, you click here and you click this to close the screen capture. I can also do the same thing with video. If I want to have a video conference with somebody, I can do that as well. Although there's little reason to do that in this course. So you have all these modes of communication. You have the text chat, which again, the history remains. You have voice chat where you can talk to people. You can screen share. You can do video. Finally, the last thing is, which is important, is you can direct message people. So if I right click on somebody's name, I can friend them, I can change their volume and so forth. But I can message them. And this is important for setting up appointments with me for conversations outside of my normal office hours. So you might want to send me a message such as I would like to meet on Thursday at 3 p.m., let's say, to discuss pointers. And so I will receive this private message. And if I'm available, I will then respond in kind and let you know whether I can make it or not. So this is the way that you should actually make appointments for office hours. Don't email me, do it on Discord. All right. That way it's very simple and very easy for me to organize. Also, if you want to make sure that the appointment happens, always contact me 24 hours in advance. If you contact me sooner, like 3 hours or 4 hours before, unless I just happen to be around, chances are the appointment's not going to happen. So if you really want to make sure you have an appointment, contact me 24 hours in advance. And again, make sure that the appointment time frame is within the time frame I've put on Blackboard for appointments, which is basically Monday through Thursday, 2 to 6 p.m. Now, once I'm done speaking with somebody, so I send that message to them, whatever, how do I get back to the server? Well, notice this is like a list of my friends. I don't want to see that right now or whatever. I can click on a server link. So like there's different servers here, but this is the server for this. I can click on the server link and it brings me back to here. So that's everything about Discord. You have all these modes of real-time communication. You can direct message people. You have a history of text conversations as well as a history of direct messages. It's the synchronous real-time resource that will be available for support for this course.